Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk this evening about how I'm going to be saving my seeds this fall and winter for next year. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me last year and why I really wanted to change my storage habits so that I do in fact have good usable seeds for next year. So let's get into it. I have some empty mini mason jars, and these are actually from Dollar Tree. This one had a Christmas tree scent candle in it. It's been cleaned out and sitting down in my pantry for like, oh my god, almost a year. This one had chocolate marshmallow s'more candle from Dollar Tree in, so I'm going to be using that as well. And I also have some of these adorable little salt shakers from Dollar Tree. Now, two of them actually did have a candle in. Two were extra ones that didn't have a candle in. Either way, yes, they do have an opening on top, or like, the salt shaker part. But I'm just going to tape up the inside of these. And I'm going to show you in a moment, first of all, what seeds are going to be stored where, and what to do about seeds that I didn't use this year, and how I'm going to handle storing them as well. Now, Ronnie and I have only been gardening, I want to say, for a total of about 5 years. So the first couple of years, I never even thought about saving seeds. Like, that never even crossed my mind. Last year, because our garden was really plentiful, I did. And I had in my pantry, there is a shelf up on the back wall where I have hand soaps and that from Dial there, and shower gels. I had paper towels and layers of different seeds and everything. And so I was essentially drying them out that way. And my pantry is actually pretty good as far as like storing, like my scents in that, in for my candles, things like that. And even in the summer, it doesn't get hot back there. So it's a pretty steady, I want to say, a little bit on the cool side, not cold, but a little bit on the cool side, steady temperature. Except for like maybe I want to say January and February, then it can get very cold back there. But otherwise, 10 months out of the year, it's pretty good. Well, I had my seeds drying, and I put them in more paper towels, and I just had seeds in sandwich bags, and I had them marked. They seemed dry and everything, so I thought I will be good. They're good the way they are. Well, when it got cooler back there, like in January into February, I moved them into where my washer and dryer is. And I had them all laying flat in a planter, actually. So when I went to check out the seeds this year, guess what happened? They were all moldy. Moldy, and they were disgusting. I had to throw 90% of them out. I didn't think, and this is something that you do have to consider, our basement in and of itself in this building can get very damp. We are on a hill, and when it rains, water sometimes comes in my neighbor's side of the basement. Doesn't come in our side, but the basement as a whole is prone to be damp. That affected the seeds, even though they were dry and I had them wrapped in everything. Just being in a plastic bag like that, a sandwich bag, that is why they were pretty much moldy and useless. So, before you...
Hi, people. Sorry, I had to do that.
So, before you start divvying up your seeds and everything and putting them in glass jars, think for a moment where you're actually going to store the jars. And if you have room, say in a cupboard or something, you're good. I'm going to start with the leftover seeds I have that I got actually towards the end of summer. My zinnias and my farmer's market blend lettuce. And this was a freebie that I had actually received 2 packs of seeds. According to this, I can actually cut the lettuce now that I have in my pot. So these, like I said, have been empty for over close to a year. And I'm just going to pour my lettuce seeds right into my jar. That's all the seeds out of there. I'll mark on top what this is. I'll put a piece of tape on top. And this is going to be my zinnias. And again, I'm just going to take a little piece of tape and write on top with the Sharpie what they are. Now, what I have here on this cookie sheet is my different types of sunflower seeds that I had drying for, oh gosh, I want to say 10, 11 days out on my veranda. These are good and dry. Trust me, these are good. These are dry. So, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm storing all of my sunflower seeds together in glass. I'm not separating them by different types because what I want to do next year is actually basically plant a variety. I want, the ones with the brown in to be growing along with the big ones. And I basically want a variety of the sunflowers growing together. I think that's going to look so pretty. Now, some of these black ones here, well, these are my mammoth Russian. Actually, it's pretty self-explanatory with sunflower seeds. The bigger the seed, the taller and bigger the head of the sunflower. And right next to it is a large white seed. Those are the large-headed, they're not the mammoth Russian, but they too have a large head. They have a little bit smaller middle and more of the plain yellow petals. That's what the white seeds are right there. And I'm just inspecting them before I go to toss them in my jar. Now I have some of the tinier black seeds. for the smaller variety of sunflowers that I dried. That's them right there.
I remember one.
And I also have a few of the small white ones too. These are actually really, really tiny. Like, I don't know if you can actually see them. But those two right there, they are the little white ones. And like I said, I'm just putting them all in together because when I go to plant next year, I'm not really concerned about like separating, different types of sunflowers. If anything, I just want a variety growing. And so it makes perfect sense to me to have all different sizes and all different varieties growing together. I think that looks so pretty. And of course, the bigger the seed, the bigger ones are going to go in the back. And I'm going to have a variety of smaller ones that are going to grow in the front, similar to how I did it this year. I think that looked really, really pretty. So I'm going to follow that same method with sunflower seeds next ones, because I don't trust them after 2 years, to be honest. Some of my pepper seeds were like a mix, 1 year to 2 years, the ones that didn't get moldy on me. So I would say, just to be on the safe side, and as a really good rule of thumb, you're probably better off just saving them for a year. And if you haven't planted them in a 12-month growing period, you may just want to toss them, because you may unfortunately find that they don't grow as good, and no one wants to deal with that, So, as you could see, I have a good collection of seeds in here. Now, see, like these ones weren't opened. I had 2 packs of these. These are my Mammoth Russian. And again, I have seeds from the actual Mammoth Russians that grew, but then I also have these seeds, and I see no reason to, there's no reason to not save them. I mean, what the heck, and they have a sell-by date of December 20th of this year. So, I mean, these should be good next growing season. I can't honestly see any reason why they wouldn't be. So, with that in mind, I think the same, not just the sunflowers, but any vegetable. They should be good for up to a year. So if you do have extra packets and you didn't get to use them this year, I honestly think by all means, just save them. If they're over 12 months, I would toss them. Now, you can see there is holes on these. As I said, 2 of these were like little salt shakers that I did get from Dollar Tree, and actually the other 2 I had were actual Dollar Tree candles. All I'm going to do is take little pieces of masking tape and put them on the inside here so that no moisture does creep in to my seeds while they're stored for the winter. Like so. I'm just going to take a piece of masking tape and I'm just blocking up holes on the inside. Like so. Just smoothing it all down, making sure it's all covered inside. And as you can see, holes are all taped up, all blocked up. And voila. Now with these kind of little jars, I didn't use these beautiful stickers yet that Maria sent me weeks ago. So I am actually going to use one of my stickers on that jar, and there's no way I cannot miss, you know, that, hey, this is my sunflowers. Because there's going to be a little sunflower sticker right on the jar telling me what they are. I'm going to continue now with some wax beans seeds that I have. Some of my green beans I have drying actually as well. And even with my beans, wax and green beans are so similar, just the difference in color really, that I'm actually just going to throw them all in one jar together too. They can actually be grown together, mixed up, I mean like row of this, row of that, but have all the beans together. Being that they're from basically they're the same type of vegetable, you know. So also I think that would kind of look nice color-wise too. Have green, yellow, green, yellow. So yeah, I'm going to finish with them and actually put them in the jar. Alright guys, well, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit my subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I will see you all on the next one.